Hi, I'm Julia, and I'll be talking about sex-positive feminism.
And I'm Kate, and I'll be talking about anti-porn feminism. So now we'll go over some broad definitions of sex-positive feminism versus anti-porn feminism.
So sex-positive feminism is an idea that all sex is a positive thing. It's inclusive of all peoples and sexual orientations between two consenting adults over the age of 18. It supports individuality in sexuality and encourages pleasure and experimentation in sexuality. It also highly promotes safe sex and sex education.
Anti-porn feminism, on the other hand, focuses on the negativity of porn. This is the idea that porn is an act of sexual violence. It is seen as a main contributor to the rape culture. And they also point out that men commercialize and produce porn, and in this sense, they want it eradicated altogether. Anti-porn feminism also focuses on sexual agency by limiting women's participation in prostitution, BDSM, burlesque, and strip clubs. Many modern-day feminists view this form of feminism as not very progressive. So in the end, anti-porn focuses on the myths of sex-positive feminism rather than the facts.
So some myths about sex-positive feminism is that first, sex positivity encourages casual sex. And that's actually somewhat true and somewhat false in the sense that sex positivity really focuses on exploring your sexual agency. For some, that does, in fact, mean participating in casual sex, but it also can mean abstaining from sex or really just doing whatever you feel is comfortable. Sex positivity encourages all people in exercising their sexuality in whatever way they feel comfortable and supports those people in their sexuality. The second one is all people who are sex positive are also pro-porn. And in some senses, this is historically correct, but not correct in today. Sex positivity was started as a rebuttal against anti-porn feminists, and so therefore it was founded on pro-porn, but due to it being generally like a political stance or viewpoint, there's no right or wrong way of thinking. The third one is it promotes illegal sex acts such as sex with children or sex with animals, and that is very, very wrong. Sex positivity highly looks down upon acts like this, and they strongly encourage sex, but only, and I repeat, only between two consenting adults, meaning people over the age of 18. And the last myth is that sex positivity is only for women. And although it was started by women and for women, it is also a lot like feminism, where it can in some cases be better for men than women, in the sense that it encourages all people to explore their sexuality and express themselves in lots of different ways. Now
I am going to give a brief history of the anti-porn feminist movement. The anti-porn ideals became a more prominent issue during the second wave of feminism, which occurred during the late 1970s. The movement started out slow by women first speaking out against objectification. One major event that occurred was the 1968 Miss America pageant, where women were throwing items into what they called the Freedom Trash Can. These items represented signs of oppression, such as high-heel shoes, eyelash curlers, and girdles. Another major breakthrough within the anti-porn movement was when Susan Brown Miller published the book titled Against Our Will, which focused on the negative effects of pornography, including the contributions to rape culture, men controlling women, and the normalization of such acts. She believed that the solution to ridding society of rape culture was to stand up against pornography and prostitution.
So feminist porn was made by sex-positive feminists as a rebuttal against anti-porn feminists. And it's comparable to the article we read about feminist Facebook. Feminist porn is made by women for women. It's a very diverse group of adult films that includes all races, gender, sexualities, and a lot of different types of people. It seeks equality in all sexual acts. It disapproves against regular stereotypes of modern-day pornography. Modern-day pornography can be very sexist and just not very inclusive of all. It also focuses on more of a plot and character development, and a fun fact is directors and producers are oftentimes also actors, and so they get a lot of say in the way that the film is produced and represented.